I think that we're kind of in a generation where a lot of people do music not necessarily because they love it, but because it's a quick high, it's a quick viral moment. Like, why are we trying to make it about statistics? I think it's a bit silly sometimes. Of course, important. I'm trying to sell. Don't get it twisted. I'm trying to get the bag. But
this is some home wrecker stuff. I'm putting it on you. Is this the type of behaviour that you encourage? Trying to take next man's gal?
It's not at all. I do not encourage this behaviour. It was just fun, man. I would never do that.
You would never do that?
Never.
Have you come close to doing that?
No, sir.
I mean, something inside you encouraged you to make these lyrics and put it in the song.
A lot of questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
SK Vibemaker.
SK Vibemaker. My interviews are hotter. You know we bring through the best special guests. We are not changing tradition anytime soon. Reuben Aziz in the building, man. How about that?
Me, bro? What are you telling me?
Representing Southampton now, London based.
Come on, man.
Singer, songwriter. Definitely kind of a bit barry with it as well.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. More than a bit of sometimes though still, but definitely emotional with it though.
Yeah, 100%.
So from the top, man, let them know what type of artist you are, man.
It's just me, innit? I don't try front, like, it's in the name, innit? This is my name. I ain't fronting at all. I feel like everything I make is from my heart, and I produce everything myself. Like, this is all me, and I just try to connect with my audience in a most potent way possible.
360, singer,
Everything.
songwriter, producer,
yeah, man.
engineer,
yeah,
mix down, mastering.
Not too much. Not too much.
Record yourself.
Yeah, man.
Own studio.
Yeah, at home, man.
I know there was a bar where you said that you're writing your lyrics on your bed. I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily write in the studio still, but you're definitely quite organic with it in your own surroundings.
Yeah, bro, I literally come through. I recorded on my bed in Spain because I just had some little mic with me and a little interface on my Mac. But yeah, man, it's on the go. I prefer that way. So sit down and be by myself and really sit with what I'm trying to write, you know?
Straight. So Reuben Aziz, real name.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I feel like you're kind of like a transparent guy then. This is me. There's no front,
man.
No mask or anything. Heart on your shoulder. You're definitely emotional with the music. Yeah.
I try to be, I don't think there's a point. I think that's what people want. People want to, feel like they're talking to someone or listening to someone personally. So why have a fake facade, you know?
Well, not necessarily fake. Some people just like want to have a separation between.
A
lot of people put on personas.
Yeah.
A lot of people put on personas. Some of your favorite artists put on a persona. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about the musical journey thus far then, man, because I know you're a new artist. Southampton born, London based now. Give everybody a bit of an insight into the musical journey so far.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think it feels like a while. I can't lie. It doesn't feel like I'm that new. I've been making music since I was like 14. I started playing guitar when I was like 11, just teaching myself. Everything self-taught. Like, I just picked this all up myself because I just enjoyed it. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, I knew it would take a couple years to like learn to find my sound, and I think I'm still finding that. You see my releases like with a rap song and then an R&B track, and it's just a bit all over the place, but I think in a good way. Like, I'm 20, man. I'm just trying to find what I like to do. You know?
The generation of artists that you're in at the moment, there's a lot of attention seeking. You're a transparent artist. You ain't trying to put on a persona, but there are artists putting on a persona. There are artists doing a lot of antics to get a lot of attention. How much currency do you put in virality, like going viral, challenges and all those kind of things? Is that something that you would do in the near future? Do you care about that stuff, or are you anti that kind of stuff?
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like every artist wants to go viral. Let's not sugarcoat it. It would be nice if your song caught on and went viral. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but for me, it's all about longevity, and I think short-term highs don't necessarily mean you're gonna stick around. And I feel like, for me, if I slowly progress and I slowly grow out, I just want to build something that will last till after I'm gone. You know.
So you're in it for the long grind, yeah?
Yeah,
that
man.
long slog, because a lot of artists come in the game and maybe don't realize that it's gonna be a long slog. They feel so. Like it happens very quickly, and in this generation when one track catapults an artist as well.
Yeah, I think as well in this day and age, like the likes of TikTok and Instagram, we kind of feel like everything has to be quick and short, and like it comes and it goes. But I just think there's a place for artists to still create good albums, and I think those type of artists are the ones that are gonna last, in my opinion.
So you got the track Foot on the Gas.
Yeah, man.
But you're not an artist that's got his foot on the gas. You're here for the You know
Yeah,
what
I hear
the
it.
pacing.
Yeah, it's a long run. It's a long game, I think. Yeah, 100%.
Talk to us about this track though, because people might hear some of your discography and realize that you're quite a melodic, like you're a singer, songwriter, you're very emotional, vulnerable with your content, you know what I'm saying? But then you got Foot on the Gas, which is
Yeah.
quite bary, quite
Yeah,
rappy.
I think like for me, like as much as I love the melodies and the production and the R&B stuff, because that's kind of what I started with, because I started listening to music in church and stuff, so obviously music kind of evolved from melodies. But for me, like rap music is something I took to from a very young age, and I still do to this day, although I'm not releasing it. Like it's coming, man. Like I want to release a lot of rap music and jump on freestyle platforms here and there. I feel like, you know, rap is such an important part of my music, as much as the R&B side. So yeah.
Coming through as a person before an artist that grew up in the church, having like, you know, a religious family around you, how much of an impact does it have on your music? Because, you know, when you're in the church, maybe you feel like you can't be as ratchet or explicit, and you know, freedom is expression when it comes to the music. So how do you juggle that balance between, you know, the church upbringing and keeping it real in your music, and maybe not too raw and going against your religion?
I don't know. Yeah, it's a great question. I feel like, I don't know. I think me and my relationship with God is separate to anyone else's in the church to start with. And for me, like, I'm not going to be fake with my art. I think art is just expression of how I feel at the time. And I don't think that necessarily goes against what God would want me to express personally.
What have been some of the biggest challenges for you trying to make your impact as a new artist coming through, man?
I think that we're kind of in a generation where a lot of people do music not necessarily because they love it, but because it's a quick high, it's a quick viral moment, like you spoke about earlier. Not to throw shade, but I just feel like for me, I generally love it, and the market's quite flooded right now. But I'm just enjoying the process, man. Seeing where it goes.
How does Reuben Aziz like rise to the top and come through the smoke of this very populated worldwide music industry at the moment? How does Reuben Aziz come through, man?
I think consistency, and I think when the projects start dropping on my first project, I think that will help, because I'll be able to tell a story in a bit of a better light. And I also just think like with the singing, as a male singer, there's not a lot of that in the UK right now, so I think that definitely cuts through in a different way.
Growing up in Southampton, how much of a impact did that have on you as an artist as well? Because you're not from the big smoke, you're not from the capital of the UK. A lot of people that live outside of London like to come here eventually, but you grew up in Southampton, man.
Yeah, man, I think, you know, my people's there definitely inspired me musically more than anything. It was more like the friends I had that put me onto different types of music. My friends are from loads of different backgrounds, like ethnically and everything, man. So I think that was probably the biggest impact for me, is the people that just put me onto new that I didn't know about before, you know.
Well, let's put it on record, man. What's your ethnic background? People might, you know, say, I don't know, man, is he maybe South American? Is he Latino?
Nah.
I don't know. Or is he just British? Is he just English?
My father's from Bahrain and my mother is English.
Straight up.
Yeah, man.
Are you very much in touch? I can't do the tongue like you, but are you very much in touch with your Bahrain side?
Yeah, man. I got cousins out there, and my grandpa's out there. I haven't been there because obviously it's expensive, man. But you know, God willing, in the future, I'm trying to get out there and see them. But yeah, man, it's an important part for me.
Are we going to see any Bahrain influences in your music?
Who knows, man? You might do. You might do.
I want to talk about Come Through. This is one of your significant singles. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about, you're saying to a girl that she should come through when her boyfriend ain't around. This is some toxic-ish, man. This is some homewrecker stuff. I'm putting it on you. Is this the type of behavior that you encourage, trying to take next man's gal?
It's not at all. I do not encourage this behavior. It was just fun, man. It was summer. I was like, cool. I was listening to a lot of like Baby Keem and like a lot of like rap music, like Travis as well, and I just want to make something fun for people to enjoy. I think a lot of my music is quite deep, like we talk about emotional, this and that. So I want to just be like, cool. I think I was listening to a lot of Pharrell as well, that In My Mind album, 2006. And yeah, I just want to make something fun, man. Yeah. Have
you ever told a girl that's with like somebody, you know, you should come through when your guy's not around, or your significant other's not around? Have you ever told a girl that? I would
never do that.
You would never do that? Never. Have you come close to doing that?
No, sir.
I mean, something inside you encouraged you to make these lyrics and put it in a
song.
song.
A lot of questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't kill me. It's just fun, innit? I was listening to Pharrell. And you know, Pharrell was, what do you say? I was just fronting.
He's just fronting.
You know?
How would you feel if a next man said to your gal, why don't you just come through when your man ain't around?
I'd feel confident because I know me and my girl would have a loyalty to each other that no man can break.
Man says he's got it like that.
Got it like that.
I love it, man.
Come on, man.
How much of your music do you write from an alter ego perspective then? Maybe not first person.
Good question. Yeah, some of it I think. Like even some of the more deep love songs I write maybe come from a perspective of where I just look at a friend's situation with a girl, or I just see what this generation is doing in terms of relationships, and I just maybe try to rap from more of an outside perspective in that way. Yeah.
You're a songwriter yourself. You handle a lot of it. You know what I mean? Not only are you a singer, you're a producer, you're an engineer for your own music, and you're a songwriter. How did you cultivate your songwriting pen, man? How did you sharpen it?
I think just practice and listening, like listening to artists who can write songs. Like I listen to a lot of like Frank Ocean and going back to like Michael Jackson and Pharrell. I think even like artists like when my dad put me onto like the Fugees and stuff, like Lauryn Hill, absolutely brilliant pen. Do you know what I mean? And listening and working through it and taking your time with writing songs. I do feel like there's a habit in the studio nowadays where people feel like, oh, I got to get in the studio and make 5 songs and quickly get through it and then get out. But like sometimes it's okay to take 2 weeks, a month to get through one song if it means that you're writing lyrics that maybe have a bit more depth and layers to it.
So you seem like you're the type of artist that likes writing a lot of his own material, but how do you feel about artists that don't write nearly anything? Or would you be an artist that starts to share a lot of your songwriting responsibilities?
I mean, yeah, it's not my business what other artists do. For me, it's important that I write my own stuff, and one day I think I would love to write for other artists as well.
What about artists writing for you?
I'd be interested in like collaboration, maybe, but I wouldn't. I personally couldn't take someone else's song; it would feel wrong, and I don't know if I could even sing it like properly and do it justice.
Even if you know that it's like probably this could be an artist changing song or life changing song. You take this song that is 100% written by, let's say it's written by, I don't know, by Scissor.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it's produced by Pharrell.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
All you got to do is lay down your vocal and you could have a song that's going to do mad streams and maybe chart very highly.
Sounds great. Sounds great. But I don't know if I could go about it that way. I feel like for me it's not about virality. It's not about, obviously I want to be successful in this and take over the world, but I want to do it my way. And I think that's always been the most important part for me. Even the other day my manager sent me a track. Someone wanted me to sing this hook, quite a big rapper wanted me to sing a hook for him, and he sent me lyrics that he wrote, and obviously he's a good rapper, so I sent it back, but I sent him another hook as well that I wrote to be like, look, this is another option type. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's important to me that I have my, it's not even an arrogance thing, I just think it's a different perspective, and I think it's important to have that.
Reuben's not here for the play, man. He's not here for that.
Sir. No, sir. Come on, man.
I've been asking a lot of artists about this recently, man, when it comes to the numbers. Numbers are very public nowadays, whether it's YouTube, whether it's like your DSPs, you could just look on the digital streaming platforms, and a lot of these mediums, whether it's like the multimedia platforms or whether it's like the artists, the managers, the PR, the label, they will lead you to believe that the artists with the high numbers are the best thing since sliced bread. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that, man? The connection between songs with high numbers and how good a song actually is?
Of course, to an extent, if a song's got a lot of streams, I'm sure it's not a bad song. But I don't know. I don't really like to think about it. I don't even have Spotify, I have Apple Music, so you can't even see all the streams and stuff. Like, I don't really like to think about my numbers and other people's numbers, like, because then you're taken away from the love of the music, and that's where it stops for me. Like, your opinion on music, if you like someone who's got no streams, that's just as valid as me liking flipping Scissor, who's got hella streams. Like, none of our opinions are less equal than the others. I feel like, yeah, it's the love of the game. Like, why are we trying to make it about statistics? I think it's a bit silly sometimes. Of course, important. I'm trying to sell. Don't get it twisted. I'm trying to get the bag, but no, I think the love of the music should always come first.
So you feel no pressure to deliver numbers?
No. It's not why I do it. I do it. If I make a good song and I like it, that's enough for me. I
love that, man. Who is on your collab hit list, man? Who would you like to collab with?
Good question. Skepta, 100%. I think, yeah, Dave as well. A lot of like a lot of UK rappers. I think I want to collab with rappers in a really interesting way. I want to bring back like what Nines was doing back in the day, where it was like R&B hooks and rappers. I miss that. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we don't do that enough anymore. That collaboration, like what Nelly did as well. Do you know what I mean? Such a big song. I feel like that's the dynamic I want to bring back. Yeah.
What's your take on the state of UK-based R&B at the moment?
I think there's a lot of talent, and I do think it gets overlooked. Yeah, that's literally it. I feel like we have there's something like Odile, amazing artist. Jim Legacy isn't like just R&B, but I think he could fit in that category of how melodic is, amazing his music is. Nipper's doing his thing. Like, we've got really good talent in the UK. I just think it gets overlooked sometimes. But
repping for the guys, huh?
Yeah, man. Come on.
I just want to say, don't overlook Mahalia. I think she's fantastic.
Brilliant artist.
I think
as well.
Tiana Major 9. I think Jazz Karis as well. Do you know
Ray
what I'm saying?
doing that thing as well.
Ray,
man.
of course.
Brilliant, man.
You know what I'm saying? So over the years, there's been a lack of like UK-based R&B crossover. You know what I'm saying? It's few and far between. We could only mention maybe artists like Craig David, Shola Amar, Beverly Knight.
Craig David from Southampton.
Georgia Smith. Yeah. Georgia Smith. I've had like that real crossover success, Soul to Soul back in the day as well. Mark Morrison, like with the big song, you know, Return of the Mac. But it's been very few and far between the crossover, top of the charts, maybe international recognition. Why do you think that is?
I don't even know if it's because I think that R&B does connect over there. Like, I think you're seeing Ray, for example, connect over there in a really great way. And I think even like Nipper, for example, we talk about Mahalia, like they're really connected in America. This type of music will connect. It's more about just giving it time. And I think a big part of that is the albums. For me, like, artists that are going to cut through are going to be ones that can make albums. Everyone can make a single nowadays. Everyone. No matter what genre, you can just hop in the studio, make a great track and cut. But can someone make 2-3 albums that are great? That's when you'll cut through, because that's when fans can latch onto you as a person. It's not just about, oh, I like the way they sing. Like, I can understand you as a person if you give me a good album. Do you know what I mean?
You're from Southampton. The great Craig David is from Southampton as well. Man. I don't know if you know his people, know his family. I don't know how much of an inspiration he is for you. But maybe there is something in the water from Southampton, man.
Maybe. I'm hoping to bring it back, man. But no, Craig David's such a talent, such inspiration. And what he did, like, you know, cut through. And that's exactly what I want to do, man.
Craig David means a significant amount to you?
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like, especially being from somewhere that is in London and just coming in the game with confidence and just enjoying it and cutting through. Like, he did it. Do you know what I mean? Why can't I? Why can't anyone else?
What does success for Reuben Aziz look like, man?
Good question. I don't want to just say like making good music, because everyone says that. Of course, I want a Grammy. Everyone wants a Grammy. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. I think to be like 5-6 albums deep and just looking back on my discography, happy and content with each moment of my life and how it represented me at that time, I think that's big for me. And just in the future to look back and see like that I've built a legacy and I can collaborate with artists like when like Drake said it, like when your idols become your rivals. That's what successful means to me, when I'm a peer with the people that I once looked up with.
You got a project or an album cooking?
Yeah, man. Yeah, 100%.
2024, 25?
Yeah, no, this year. Let's get get the project out this year, 100%.
What can they expect from a project? What does it sound like?
A lot of diversity, man. A lot of diversity. Everything I want to be self-produced and all done by myself, but I'm gonna be rapping on it, singing on it. Yeah, just some good vibes and some deep cuts. I think everything an album should be for me.
Garage on there, maybe electro on there. Were you gonna go into that kind
garage,
of vibes?
I haven't explored the garage yet, but
would you go the electro route a bit?
Maybe not. Definitely garage. Definitely garage. And I would like to explore with electro. I think even like dance music as well is something that's really interesting to me at the moment. Like C Skepta have been doing it hella, but even like Frank Ocean has kind of explored with that recently as well. I think it'd be cool to get into.
Listen, man, the future is looking very bright. They say my interviews are hotter. SK Vibemaker, Reuben Aziz. How about that?
SK Vibemaker.